One of them is the fact that people love saying they went to the protest the Pope thing. The Pope, the sort of, Pope's not on board with gay marriage. I'm a gay man. I'd love to have gay marriage approved by the Catholic Church. But, they're not going to. Meantime, I really, really wish that people would reserve their ire for the people who don't just want to stop me marrying, but want to throw me off a cliff. Much better way to spend your time. But of course people love it because they think, oh, I'll attack the Islamists, but then to be allow myself to do that, I can attack the Pope to show I'm not a racist. The fact is this: at the end of the Second World War, the Nazi leaders were tried and executed. At the end of the Cold War, it didn't happen. One of the biggest problems we have is the fact that it wasn't resolved. The people who did the largest massacres, the largest number of deaths caused by any movement in history, were not brought to trial. It's thought of as Guardian, the leading left-wing newspaper, had Richard Gott, one of its editors, a paid member of the KGB, a paid KGB agent who said, oh, it was just a bit of a laugh. Oh, and it still is just a bit of a laugh. Because if it's communism, it's a bit of a laugh. 70 million dead here and there, a bit of a laugh. And so on. So please, let's adjust our fucking values. And finally, a lot of this is a simple mental breakdown of the left. I hesitate to say this in the presence of Nick Cohen, who's chronicled this better than anyone. But the mental breakdown of the left. The fact that at so-called left-wing meetings, we have the obsessions with Palestine, for instance. There was one recently, again, I saw, Gays for Palestine. Give me a break. If Gays for Palestine were in Palestine, they'd have to move to Israel. Just don't fall for this rubbish. And don't fall for it when it's coming from the right or the far right. And don't fall for it when it's coming from the left or the far left. Have some decency.
We've got people preaching a lot of hatred and poison against Muslims. Give me one case, even in Muslim countries, where they practice Sharia law, where they go as a routine, hold on, in routine. Most Muslim countries do not do the death penalty, they do not do the stoning, they do not do all these things. This is most Muslim countries that are supposed to run under Sharia law.
Let me...
Some do, but they are...
It shouldn't be necessary to have to shoot this down, but let me do it. Sunni, Shia, two most important distinctions within Islam. The most important Sunni state in the world, Saudi Arabia, executes people for being gay.
The greatest friend of the UK.
He crucifies people, beheads people and crucifies. Recently sentenced to beheading and then crucifixion an underage young Shia man because of his familial connections with the Shia family that the Sunni house of Saudi Arabia didn't want to live. Then let's go to the other side then, to the Shia powers. The most important Shia country in the world is Iran. In Iran, you get killed for being gay, you'll be stoned to death as a woman if you're an adulterer, or hanged from a crane if you're lucky. So please, let's not have this stupid cover-up, because we are cleverer than you think we are. Anyone in this country can look at the internet, they can read articles. You cannot cover that over. It's fact. It's what's going on. It's what ISIS is currently trying to do in the territories that it controls. It doesn't come from nowhere. A great deal would be improved in this country if people like you came into studios like this and admitted that there is a problem, and admitted that you wanted to join in finding a solution to that problem, instead of trying to pretend that the problem doesn't exist.